Hi there. The wealthy in Kenya are about to start importing choppers into the country for free. And this so because a given section of the Finance Bill of 2023 allows for exemption on taxes relating to importing some of the aircraft's more so choppers. We're talking about an exempt of almost 20%. Guys, the prices of choppers getting them into Kenya are going to reduce by about 20% because of this exemption. First of all, the VAT exemption of 16%, also the import declaration fee exemption of 3.5%, and the railway levy of 2%. That's how insane it is. Of course, while media houses out there were discussing about the other impact areas, like for example, on money transfer, like for example, the doubling of the VAT on fuel from 8 to 16% and so forth, this section was actually slept on. And in reality, guys, this is a conduit through which the rich in whichever country out there plan their affairs to either avoid tax through rearranging their own business affairs or even so putting it in the law, just like in this case. Let's dissect all of that, and most importantly, what you two can do to ensure you grow your wealth, whether you are middle class or even so whether you are struggling to even earn a living. And I'm saying so because the middle class in Kenya have really been hit hard by this tax bill. If it comes to force, their salaries are going to be impacted. Everyday life is going to get expensive because of increase in VAT, mobile money charges, and so forth. The middle class is going to take a hit, but also the same bill has some favorable clauses for the wealthy or the rich in Kenya. Let's talk about all of that. My name is Afagza Sifuna, and you are all welcome to the Money Daily YouTube channel. By the way, if you are new, kindly consider subscribing to this channel. Subscribe because I'm out here bringing you insightful finance content each and every day. And also, you still at it, drop a like on this video. Thanks for subscribing and also liking this video. So, if you are middle class, what can you do possibly to also ensure you see your wealth increase over time? The very first thing, more so if you have a company out there, is also think how you can avoid some taxes. Yes, I said it, guys. The rich out here have arranged their affairs very well to avoid tax because they know taxes dig into their wealth. But there is a way they do some things out here to avoid tax. And by the way, tax avoidance is not bad. It isn't illegal. Tax evasion is illegal. For example, if you're supposed to pay tax and you refuse to pay, that is illegal. But if you plan your affairs according to the law or the structures in place so that you pay less tax, that's allowable. And even so, that's why I'm highlighting this to you. The rich in Kenya are about to start importing aircrafts into the country, specifically choppers, for free because they don't have any taxes on them. And even beyond that, if you are starting investing out there, you need to know loopholes in whichever investment you are doing, which is going to assist you avoid taxes. To give you an example, for example, in case you're getting dividends, right? Why not plow back these dividends into your principal investment? For example, you have invested in the stock market out there. For example, you've got some bonds out there. You have gotten dividends. Guys, don't cash out these dividends. Plow them back to continue growing your wealth. And I'm saying so because if you cash them out, you're going to attract taxes to some extent. If you plow them back, chances are your tax is effectively zero. So think about how you could use such kind of mechanisms in investment for you to be able to avoid taxes. And if you have a corporation, in essence, a limited liability company in the country, why not also utilize professional services out there? For example, accountant services out there, and they're going to assist you see how to actually document your P&L, your profit and loss account, for you to be able to actually input the maximum of the allowable expenses, and even so, even have the opportunity of even maybe writing off some of the obsolete assets out there so that you can see your tax burden also come down. Of course, do this with some form of prudence. Don't overdo it. Just do it the right way, and also you're going to be able to have some safety savings when it comes to you paying less tax through tax avoiding. Of course, the rich are doing it out there throughout. Why not also look to utilize such kind of mechanisms, right? And then, guys, the second way which you can go about also seeing your wealth growing is that also, if you can't really beat them, join them, guys. The rich out here have very, very diverse sources of income. Of course, a good segment of them, they are avoiding tax on, and others are paying duly taxes on. Guys, the game plan is to have side hustles to diversify your sources of income. You need to play that game. In case, for example, you are employed, don't just rely on your employment income, because what's going to happen in case your employment income is cut off? And we also, during COVID pandemic, a good number of people out there were sent home. They saw their jobs come to a halt overnight. You need to diversify. You need to jump into side hustles. And you might be wondering, what can you possibly do? Guys, side hustles come from literally anything. There isn't a formula out there for what a side hustle should be. You know what you're passionate about. You live in a given area, you see opportunities which are thriving. And even most importantly, you see opportunities where there exist gaps. Guys, jump into side hustles. You can start small. You can start with whichever amount of money out there, whether 500 shillings, 1K, 10K, 100K, you name it. And hopefully, over time, you can be able to start raking in good amounts of money utilizing a side hustle too. By the way, on average, guys out here, we're talking about the rich in society having over 10 sources of income out there. Even when they are employed or not, they have over 10 sources of income out there. So ensure you actually diversify. Diversify through side hustles, and hopefully over time, you're going to be at a safe place, because this is going to assist you with increasing your income and also planning your tax affairs much, much better. And then, guys, the third thing which you need to do is that invest, and most importantly, invest with a long-term horizon in place. What do I mean? There are some kind of investments out here which actually have seen their returns being consistent over and over the years. For example, investing in real estate, right? For example, investing in security markets out there, whether it is bonds, whether it is new financial assets, and so forth. Guys, these are areas which actually have good return, because they're talking about an average of somewhere between 8%, 20% per year, which might look small. But if you actually invest with a view of long-term mentality, in other words, you are compounding your investment and returns, just as I told you, for example, using dividends. You are compounding. In other words, you're applying back your investment into the business. You are setting yourself up for success. And I'm saying so because these are the kind of investments which speak about 7 years to come, 10 years to come, are going to really have grown and actually blown up quite exponentially. So take the little steps today, invest. And by the way, you don't need to wait, for example, to have 1 million shillings, 10 million shillings for you to invest. No, invest with even as little as you have. For example, you could have 2K. Invest that in the securities market. 5K, invest that. 1K, invest that. 100K, invest that. It is actually the act of you putting money in this investment, which over time is going to compound and assist you grow your wealth exponentially. So don't wait to have ridiculous sums of money for you to be able to invest. And most importantly, invest with a long-term time horizon, knowing very well you aren't really investing for you to cash out immediately. And I'm saying so because if you're investing today to cash out next week, it is as good as not investing. Reason being, you're going to attract those transaction fees, you're going to attract taxes. So invest with a long-term view mentality, and you're going to be able to build awesome wealth over time. And then the fourth thing which you need to do is that also take time to build value networks. What do I mean? Guys, wealth out here, money out here, riches out here circulate within networks. And I'm saying so because if I see an opportunity out there which entails getting good sums of money, chances are I'm gonna tell my closest of friends to actually start on those opportunities before I tell random people out there. So invest in value networks out there whereby you are mutually benefiting each other, whereby you are actually sharing ideas with each other, just beyond, for example, meeting for drinks only, meeting to have fun only. Also, have the value networks out there whereby you are meeting to discuss investing ideas. You are meeting to discuss how you're going to make your futures brighter and brighter. These are the kind of value networks which you need to invest in so that you ring-fence your future wealth. Because guys, money is going to continue circulating within networks. And if your networks don't have the mentality of investing, the mentality of seeing what the future is going to hold with regards to new opportunities, you're going to actually be doing a disservice to yourself. So invest in value networks, and hopefully over time, you're going to be able to utilize this for you to be able to grow wealth and even so plan your tax affairs very, very well. And then the fifth and last point I want to share with you with regards to how you can grow wealth and also plan your tax affairs better is, guys, be yourself. Each of us have their own path to chart in this world. Be yourself. Be out there looking for opportunities. Don't hesitate to jump at opportunities. And most importantly, be yourself, because you can't create your own opportunity or path out there and pursue it, see it come to fruition. Just because, for example, Warren Buffett put good amounts of money in given value stocks, most of penny stocks, which over time grew and grew, it doesn't mean you have to follow that particular path. Chart your own path. You could be sitting and passing at opportunities, waiting for the most biggest or grand of opportunities out there. It doesn't work like that. Chart your own path, jump at opportunities that are closer to you, and hopefully over time, you're going to be able to refine your investment cloud, and actually, you're going to be able to grow wealth. Those are the 5 things you can look to jump into to assist you grow wealth and also utilize that opportunity to plan your tax affairs well, just like the rich out here are doing. What do you think about these 5 pointers? Most importantly, what do you think about that section of the finance bill which talks about avoiding tax for the rich, essentially when they are importing aircrafts, more so choppers, into the country? Thanks a lot for watching this video. I look forward to share with you other awesome videos next time. Bye bye, and you all take care.